Earlier this month, there was an incident that occurred near Sunset Village Nursing Home, which involved a turned over rail car carrying hazardous materials. The Washington Fire Department was the first on scene and took immediate action to protect the residents of the nursing home. They placed barriers to divert the hazard of flow away from the nursing home and into the Washington River. They were successful in fully protecting the residents of Sunset Village, but there was a negative reaction to the wildlife in the river, killing the fish in the area. The material spilled over in the river was liquid sodium hydroxide, more commonly known as caustic soda or lye. It has very corrosive properties, causing severe skin burns, eye damage, and may cause respiratory irritation. A local watchdog exposed some shortcomings about the department that may have had a part in the killing of the fish. Those shortcomings include not having 4 personnel per engine, the personnel did not have the proper level of hazardous materials training required, and they did not have adequate levels of personal protective equipment as they approached the hazard. These are known issues within the department, and we have been taking proactive measures to correct these deficiencies. We have had very open communication with elected officials as we have been working to secure grants that would allow us to increase our crews to the required 4 personnel per first engine on scene. As of now, we have been unsuccessful in securing the additional funds required, and we will not stop our diligent work applying for those grants. Having the additional personnel would allow for more effective responses to emergencies. We fully understand that our personnel do not have the proper levels of hazardous materials training that is mandated by the National Fire Protection Agency. NFPA 1710, which is derived from OSHA, states that all fire departments will be trained to at least the first responder operations level. This training is required by law to protect both the environment and the personnel. Hazardous materials have very unpredictable reactions when people and the environment if not handled properly. We have a plan set in motion for fully training our personnel to the operations level. At the moment, all of our personnel have been trained to the awareness level. This is the first step required before one can become operations certified. We will begin to send our personnel to the operations level as funds become available. The responders did not wear the proper personal protective equipment because they have not been trained how to wear the required protective equipment, which is fully covered in the operations level training. Our personnel did make the right decision to protect the people of the nursing home. Many of the residents of Sunset Village have sensitive respiratory tracts, and inhalation could have had more dire consequences. We do not take the killing of the fish lightly, and we are working even harder to secure the required resources to have our department properly trained and staffed. We are providing this information to the public to show that we are not attempting to hide any of our inefficiencies and to provide reassurance that we are taking all necessary measures to ensure we are compliant with all laws and regulations. Thank you and have a good evening.